Hello guys, Monday, bloody Monday. Quite an interesting morning it was, and because we do market preparation now for the main trading time, the US market, I want to give you an update video. I would like to do these updates videos now more often, really regularly every day at around the same time before the markets opens, and to give you some ideas what I think. So the move in Bitcoin wasn't really unexpected. So we saw a kind of a bump to the downside. We already saw it last week that the highs, we weren't able to take that out. And then here with taking out of this recent low, this was the lows of Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. We accelerated to the downside and traded around the $112,000 area. So nothing really unexpected, no really erratic move, but obviously we are so focused after these kind of interest rate decisions that we really don't want to see some moves to the downside. And in psychology, this is a kind of a biased setup. We just want to see that the markets just go higher because this is the only thing we expect. And I think as traders, as investors, we have to have a plan B. We need to know what happens if the worst case starts. So in Bitcoin, the worst case is really quite obvious. So if this level here, this 107,000 still holds, everything still is quite fine. So we have here higher lows, and with the higher lows in place, I think we are still in a very nice bullish territory. But it can become a little bit more dicey if we accelerate to the downside. And as said, the current support level, the last swing low here was this level here, this 108,000. And what I'm expecting for now is the next couple of days, here's some more sideways moving and then move up. What if it breaks? What if it doesn't work like this? So we will for sure go then to this 100,000 level, and here I will start to DCA the spots already a little bit. So that's my plan there. Ethereum, we were able to trade sadly to the downside. We left this triangle to the downside and we accelerated down. There is one thing really which is helpful, and I think it's supporting us still. We basically took out in a sharp move these recent swing lows here. These swing lows we took out with all the stops, all the pain left here out of the market, and we try to stabilize right now around 4,180. Short term, we have support here, 4,130. If this can hold, we will go back up again, 4,300 I would have for sure on my list. Today, it's dicey, it's a little bit spicy and dicey, and we will see what happens. As I mentioned in my last kind of videos, I kind of still would expect that we could retest this 3,800 level, but this one should definitely hopefully hold, and then that we lift. That's how it is. I mean, we cannot predict the future. That's part of the game of the traders trading. We cannot foresee the future. There's no guarantee in life, and that's what we have to live with. Okay, so for now it still looks good. Why? Because we have tested now and still confirmed these highs here. So this is a relatively clean move, and if we would even go a little bit below 4,000, I would actually like that. Dynamic wise, we have to see what will happen. Okay, this was now tier 1 of trading, right? Everything looks great, but tier 2 looks more ugly. Okay, I had to realize some losses here. Chainlink was stopped out. We took out this level of 22. Zack went out. Losses realized. That's it. Okay, that's part of the game. We then accelerated even more to the downside, and we were trading actually around the $20 even number. We will see what happens. Right now, this looks like trend is broken. We need time to really balance out this big move. So realistically, we will trade below the 20 area slightly, and we need to check what's really happening here. So next major support comes in Chainlink here, $18. What I will do here, I will start to DCA when we really are a little bit below the $20 mark. I will start to DCA spot. I think and I'm convinced that Chainlink is a good coin. I would like to add this to the portfolio, and I think this is now a good time to add it. AVAX came back as well. Here we still have here support around the $27 area. So if we would get more downside momentum, really more erratic selling, this is a level I will watch. Okay, this level I will watch because AVAX has been stronger than the overall market the last couple of days, maybe even 2-3 weeks. And if we go back, if we drop another, how much is it? Another 10, 12%, I think that this could be a real good trade setup to think about and maybe to explore. Yeah, because this is something we can have a look at then if we should hit that. Okay, so around that area, 2750 is something I would like to know. Biggest pain for me is Ondo, and right now not 100% sure what I would like to do. Here on the lower end, 85 cents is something where I would like to add still a little bit Ondo. If you don't have an Ondo, this is a perfect scenario to get involved. I already have around 35,000 Ondos coins, so I will be more careful there. But overall, if we should hit this yellow box, I think it is a good time to get involved. HBAR, wow. Okay, HBAR, we took even out this low here, and there was some erratic selling here as well today, this morning. So we had a 12% move. And again, same like Ethereum a little bit. We need to see if the market can hold that level here. If the market can hold this level, then okay, that's fine. Other than that, we will go down again to this 18 cents, which then is definitely ugly and is definitely something we are not expecting. I expected more or less a move like this, as you can see. And yeah, and didn't happen. I have very little HBAR though. I will use this time when we go down, trade a little bit lower, that I will be able to DCA here. Okay, so that's for me opportunity. Long term though, midterm, long term, right now, short term, I think it's a little bit, I'm indecisive. I don't really have an opinion there. If we get dynamic to the downside, I will start to add a little bit to the position via DCA. I think this is a very pragmatic approach. I think it makes sense as well. SUI looks still kind of okay. Okay, SUI is the one market I really like when it comes down to market structure. It really follows market structure very well. So to me, main point of view is this trend line here. If this trend line will hold on the daily bar, on the daily basis, then I don't give up on it. And then I would still like that to play on the long side right now. I think the market is a little bit over shaky, more up to that in a few moments, but SUI is the stronger one. Solana came back as well. I like it that it comes back. I would love to see it trading around $205 because there I would definitely be willing to add a little bit to the position and would start actually adding positions. I started to buy and to stake Solana very little, just 5 at $238, something like this, or $240 even. So I would love that we can go a little bit lower, and I would love to stake it and also sell the future then when we bounce back. Okay, that's the strategy I want to follow there. A little bit a different approach. I mean, I mentioned it in the last video. Here it's a more or less a funding rate game. XRP, kind of what was expected, I think. We need to see though if on a daily basis we can hold this area here. Okay, if we can hold this area here, then I think it's actually a good time to get involved. I'm thinking I'm playing with the idea to start to buy it, buy XRP on a kind of a grid model, yeah, to start buying it when we drop a little bit lower, invest a little bit into this to play a more sideways range. I personally believe that this could be it in XRP. All the pain left the market. Looks like to me that we can hold this level, this 270 to 75, but yeah, at least right now. And when we talk about right now, I want to add one more coin here, and this is something I think important, that you should not invest too much into one coin, because AV, great coin, one day maximum it was down 20%, and this is something, you know, it can really hurt. And so be careful when you invest. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say regarding overall market structure and overall market sentiment. I think this is kind of important to talk about this. This here is the big gorilla in the room, in my opinion, because we have not seen anything panic-wise here. So we didn't break down 3%, 4%, and this will come. So if this would have basically happened, that we would be dropping 4 or 5% and the coin market would drop, let's say 10, 15%, then I would say, okay, everything is clear. We have right now an overall selling pressure in the market, but this hasn't happened yet. And this kind of concerns me, I have to say, because we haven't seen any selling yet in the regular traditional futures markets or traditional markets. So we're trading very, very close to the all-time highs, and the crypto market doesn't follow this at all anymore. So I don't think that it's time right now to invest heavily. I think it's more or less time to think about strategic options to kind of hedge a little bit of the size. To give you a really, I would say, to give you what I've in right now in there. I've still my short here to hedge a little bit of exposure. I added a little bit on the weekend, but it's still obviously way too small for a hedge of my portfolio. I traded Solana quite a bit when we dropped, so I made some nice gains there, and had in the direct sell-off this morning when Ethereum dropped heavily. I had a nice trade in Ethereum here as well, but I'm still this was here when Ethereum dropped. It was a good opportunity, quite interesting to see as well. Maybe let's talk about this real quick. This is a 1 minute chart, right? And in the 4,280, I just bought a little bit. I just bought 2 Ethereum, as you can see here, and then then the market really started to drop. And this was as well here a 5% drop in Ethereum to $200, and obviously made some nice profits here in that move. I love to trade volatility. Obviously, yes, there's risk involved in volatility trading, but yeah, like always, trading is risky. So what I'm trying to say here is the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, we have not seen this kind of erratic behavior in the traditional, let's say in the main cap crypto markets. Be really careful about this. I would suggest, guys, that you maybe want to have a look at Rade IQ, because Rade IQ really tells you when the market starts to be in a bullish, bearish, whatever phase. And we can see that Rade IQ is already now, since last Friday, bearish on Bitcoin, and we've dropped since then, kind of a move. Again, not everything in this Rade IQ indicator is perfect, but it gives you really good direction. And the direction right now is don't jump in because we are still bearish. Okay, we are still bearish, so don't be too aggressive. We can see red everywhere, and with red everywhere, it just means hold your pockets tight. Maybe there's another dump coming, and so it would be sad that you lose the gains you've maybe made before. Okay, so be aware that we can definitely and easily drop, let's say 1 or 2 steps more. There's this one saying in the markets go up like you move up the stairs, but they go down in the elevator. So when it goes down, it goes fast, it goes down aggressive. Not saying that it will happen right now, but it's for sure time to be careful and be smart in how much you want to invest in this falling market. All right, guys, I wish you a great day. To me, I will watch today and trade more Solana and Ethereum if opportunity comes. Other than that, strategically, I will wait a little bit more and to see what will happen. This year was not nice, by the way. Just wanted to mention this. I had a position in near, was stopped out there as well today. As far I am down 2,300, I believe, and still some work to do for me. Guys, all the best, good trades, and have a good start of the week. Goodbye. Rade over and out.